that believes in you. We are the pride of the people. This is High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
All right. A beautiful morning to you, and you're welcome to another edition of In the Papers, coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM, the program where we present and discuss major headlines from newspapers within and outside Nigeria. We bring you stories from major newspapers, highlight key issues in business, politics, sports, and entertainment, and give you a peek of what is making news today. I am INIOLUWA Adekoya, and with me is
Florence Ibarima.
This morning I will be reviewing headlines from the Punch newspaper, the Herb newspaper, the Daily Post newspaper, and the Nation newspaper, while my colleague will take us through headlines from
the Cable newspaper, This Day newspaper, Daily Trust newspaper, and the Guardian newspaper.
We will take a short break. When we return, we will go straight into our first set of headlines. Glad to have you back, and now to our headlines, beginning from the Herb newspaper. Beware of substandard products, Ondo government warns consumers. And now to the details. The Ondo state government has alerted consumers to prevalence of fake and substandard products, urging them that to exercise caution in commercial transactions. The Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Corporate Services, Pastor Adebola Ademuwagun, issued a safety alert during a one-day sensitization program on fake and substandard products organized by the Ondo State Competition and Consumers Protection Agency at Ojaoba, Akure. Ademuwagun admonished consumers to be wary of counterfeit products in the market, describing them as public danger capable of causing life-threatening illness. The Commissioner will also express concerns over the high volume of falsified products, stressed the unsuspecting consumers were often the victim. He warned that expired products could have adverse effects on consumer health. He also stated that if people were well informed and stopped purchasing substandard products, it would discourage the producers from producing such items, while noting that Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa's led administration was steadfast in its commitment to promoting quality assurance, enforcing regulatory standards, and supporting initiatives that foster a fair business environment. The Commissioner stated that his ministry would partner with relevant government agencies to rid the state of substandard products. For more details on that story, see the Herb newspaper with the headline, Beware of Substandard Products, Ondo Government Warns Consumers.
Still taking stories from the Hope newspaper, where we have anxiety grips school owners over government reforms measures. Now the details. The Ondo state government has declared revamping the education sector remains a priority, stressing that every necessary steps will be taken to make the state a leading light in education among other states in the Federation. Government's position is coming on the heels of widespread fears being expressed by private schools owners that certain schools could be shut down, on the other that the Ministry of Education for flouting government's directive barring them from changing arbitrary school fees. Investigations by the Hope revealed that the Education Ministry is currently under pressure from some private school owners seeking waivers for their schools as per the list of banning levies or arbitrary school fees. The Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Ibekele Ajibefun, however, shed the light on the strident measures aimed at making all schools abide by government's new rule. During an exclusive interview with in his office at the weekend, Ajibefun, a former rector of the Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Owo and a former vice chancellor of Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba Akoko, told the Hope that the making on those state education sector the envy of other states is in line with the goal of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa's administration. For details of that story, see the Hope newspaper with the headline Anxiety Grips School Owners Over Government Reforms Measures.
Still on the Hope newspaper with this headline, Remi Tinubu urge action on teachers shortage. And now the details. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has celebrated teachers on World Teachers' Day and urged renewed attention to the pressing global teacher shortage, saying the challenge must be confronted with urgency. Remi, in a statement made available to newsmen, paid tribute to educators across the country for their role in nation building and securing the future. She described teachers as true heroes, shaping minds, nurturing dreams, and guiding generations, highlighting the 2025 theme, focusing on global teachers shortage. The president's wife, who identified herself as a lifelong teacher, called for greater investment in education, empowerment of teaching staff, and measures to inspire more people to join the profession. The statement reads, and I quote, on this World Teachers' Day 2025 with the theme focusing on global teachers shortage, calls for the need to draw more attention we must confront with urgency by empowering educators, investing in growth, and inspiring more to join this noble profession. Teachers are true heroes, shaping minds, nurturing dreams, and guiding generations as lifelong teachers. As a lifelong teacher myself, I salute you on this special day. Happy World Teachers Day 2025. For more details on that story, see the Ove newspaper with the headline, Remi Tinubu urges action on teachers shortage.
Still talking on World Teachers Day, and this is from the Punch newspaper where we have World Teachers Day Union pushes for better welfare retirement program, retirement package. Teachers across Nigeria have renewed calls for improved welfare, better working conditions, and the full implementation of the 65-year retirement age policy as the union joined the rest of the world to mark the 2025 World Teachers Day. At various events held nationwide, teachers union and education stakeholders decryed the slow pace of policy implementation, poor remuneration, and inadequate teachers' facilities, which they said continue to undermine the quality of education. They urged the federal and state governments to prioritize teachers' welfare and ensure that promises made to education sector are fulfilled. World Teachers Day is celebrated worldwide on October 5 every year. As Nigerian teachers mark the day on Sunday, data received from the National Union of Teachers revealed that 16 states of the Federation were yet to implement the 65 years retirement age after it was signed into law. The 65 years retirement age for teachers was signed into law by the late President Muhammadu Buhari on April 8, 2022, as part of the Harmonized Retirement Age for Teachers in Nigerian Act 2022. While the provision of Section 3 of the Act provides that the Public Service Rule and or any legislation that requires a person to retire from public service at 60 years of age after 35 years of service shall not apply to teachers in Nigeria. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline Union Push for Better Welfare Retirement Package.
Still on the old newspaper, AKT 22 other states to benefit from 175 million euro climate adaptation project. And now to the details. AKT state and 22 other states of the Federation are set to benefit from the 175 million euro Nigerian climate adaptation erosion and watershed project is officially launched in Abuja. The project, funded by the European Investment Bank, is designed to reduce vulnerability to soil erosion, strengthen resilience against climate change, and safeguard lives and livelihoods for Ekiti State. Interventions will focus on Ekiti Central Senatorial District, following the successful completion of projects executed in the South and North districts under the first phase of the new map. The state team, led by Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Mr. Tunde Balogun, the state project coordinator, Dr. Akinyemi Akinyuga, confirmed that Ekiti had fulfilled all requirements and satisfied every condition required to partake in the project. In his address at the launch of the project in Abuja, the Minister of Environment, Bala Rabe Abbas Lawal, said the project will help protect infrastructure, enhance livelihoods, and support community resilience. He urged Nigerians to avoid practices to worsen flooding, such as indiscriminate dumping of refuse and building on waterways. For more details on that story, see the Open newspaper with the headline AKT 22 other states to benefit from 175 million euro climate adaptation project.
Still talking stories from Ekiti State as regards the World Teachers Day. Oyebanji extends Ekiti teachers' retirement age to 65, present 46 million naira check to outstanding ones. Now the details. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has approved the immediate extension of the retirement age of teachers in the state from 60 years to 65 years and service year raised from 35 years to 40 years. The governor also rewarded outstanding teachers in the state with cash gift totaling 46 million naira, approved upward review of science teachers and head of department allowances, as well as immediate payment of 2019 leave bonus arrears to further motivate the teachers. The governor made this declaration on Sunday during the 2025 World Teachers Day celebration held at Ekiti Parapo Pavilion at Doikiti. No fewer than 5,000 teachers attended the colorful event, which was turned into a carnival as teachers across different cadets, adorned in Ankara uniforms, sang and danced in appreciation of the governor's teacher-friendly policy. Governor Oyebanji, who thanked the teachers for their invaluable contributions to the growth and development of the state, described them as the foundation upon which the future of the state is built. He affirmed that the gesture was part of his administration effort to motivate teachers, recognize their immense contribution to the development of education, and enhance their welfare in line with the shared properties agenda of his administration. While explaining that the extension of the requirement age was in fulfillment of its promises to reposition the education sector and retain competent and experienced hands in the teaching profession. The governor said a committee would be set up to oversee the elongation of the service year and ensure that only the aged individuals enjoy the privilege. For details of that story, see the Hope newspaper with the headline Oyebanji extends Ekiti teachers retirement age to 65, present 46 million naira check for outstanding ones.
And now I take a flight to the Punch newspaper. A court nullifies Makinde's ban on NURTW in Oyo. And now to the details. The Court of Appeal sitting in Ibadan has overturned the 2019 suspension of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in Oyo State, declaring the action of Governor Seyi Makinde as unlawful. Governor Makinde had on May 31, 2019 proscribed the activities of NURTW across the state, citing breaches of peace and directing the government immediate takeover of all motor parks. Dissatisfied with the move, the union approached the National Industrial Court of Nigeria on July 19, 2021, seeking to nullify the proscription. However, the lower court dismissed the suit on March 23, 2022, holding that it lacked merit. The NURTW, through its counsel, Mr. Femi Falano, SAN, appealed the decision on April 22, 2022, arguing that Oyo State government had no legal authority to suspend or proscribe a trade union duly registered under the Trade Union Act CAPT 114, Laws and Federation of Nigeria. Falano raised two key issues for determination, including whether the executive governor of Oyo State or his agents are vested with the power to proscribe or suspend the operation of the NURTW, which is a trade union registered under the Trade Union Act CAPT 14 law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. However, Attorney General of the Oyo State, Mr. Abiodun Aikomo, argued the suspension of the NURTW was a result of breakdown of law and order. In its judgment, a three-man panel led by Justice Kenneth Amadi ruled that Oyo State government failed to provide evidence of breach of peace or public order and would justify the suspension of the union activities. Justice Biobele Jodwell, concurring with the lead judgment, criticized the state government handling of matters. He emphasized that while the state has the authority to maintain law and order, it must do so within the confines of the law. For more details on that story, the Punch newspaper has it with the headline, A court nullifies Makinde's ban on NURTW in Oyo.
You're still listening to iPower 102.7 FM, and the program is In the Papers. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the rest of the stories for today. Glad to have you back. You're still listening to iPower 102.7 FM, and the program is In the Papers. For contributions on the story read so far, you can reach us on our studio line 0816 552 4699, 0816 552 4699, and also to engage with us on all our social media handles. It's iPower 1027 FM, iPower 1027 FM. Now back to the stories and taking this from the Punch newspaper where we have government engages 500 farmers on food security. Now details. The Lagos State Agricultural Input Supply Authority has engaged over 500 farmers and fishermen in the Ikorodu division of the state harping on food security. The one-day forum of the one-day forum also focused on equipping the participants with innovative farming and fishing techniques techniques tailored to the specific need. A Sunday statement explained that the capacity building session held at the Ikorodu local government secretariat marked a shift in the state approach to agricultural support. The general manager of the Lagos Agricultural Input Supply Authority, Oluyemi, described the event as more than just a training, emphasizing its role as a direct engagement platform. Speaking on the theme, Harvesting Success, Innovative Solution for Lagos Farmers, she stated, we recognize that the challenges faced by farmers in Ikorodu are unique compared to those in Badagry or Ekpe. Therefore, the era of LAISA, assuming it knows your need, is over. The forum is designed as both capacity building and section and a platform for us to listen, learn, and co-create innovative solutions. In a keynote address, the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food System, Abisola Olusoya, underscored the broader significance of the initiative. She stressed that food security is not merely an agricultural concern but an intricately linked to economic stability, public health, and urban resilience. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline Government engages 500 farmers on food security.
Still on the Punch newspaper with this headline Kalu vows Abia takeover by APC. And now to the details. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has vowed that the All Progressive Congress will wrest control of Abia State for the Labour Party in the 2027 general election. Kalu made this declaration recently during a meeting with the pro-groups, including the Renewed Hope Initiative of the President, Renewed Hope Partners, and Benu Kalu Movement, among more than 27 other groups powered by the Ben Kalu Foundation. He said, and I quote, "We have come to take over. There is no going back because we want to work with the President to move our state forward. It is about the love we have for our President. We are all gathering momentum for what we will come in 2027. We are here to move the state and federal government forward." Describing President Bola Tinubu as a miracle worker, Kalu added, "The miracle worker is the president who releases money to the state upon until now. The real miracle worker is the man who stopped oil subsidy and did not keep the money in his pocket or kept it in a boot, but releases it to the state. That is the right miracle worker." Kalu also criticized the current state administration under Governor Alex Oti. He further disclosed that the president has promised to build a seaport in Abia State and urged party faithful to obtain other voters' card and party membership card. For more details on that story, check the Punch newspaper with the headline Kalu vows Abia takeover by APC.
Still talking stories from the Punch where we have Atiku Obi's relationship cordial, says obedience. Now the details. Supporters of the former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi on Friday said their outrage over the continued dollarization of primaries and indictments of legislates of legislate was not directed at the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has been misconstrued by but a sweeping statement on Nigerians' democracy. National coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide, Obi's Court-like Fellowship, Dr. Unisa Tanko, made the clarification in an exclusive interview with The Punch. He said, "We are being misinterpreted on this issue. Our position was not a response or attack on former Vice President Atiku Abubakar over his BBC Hausa interview. What I said was that in our democracy today, primaries are heavily monetized. It is a general statement, of course. Atiku and Obi have an excellent working relationship. In fact, most times when he discourses with Obi, he would talk about working today. Mr. Peter Obi would not be part of the old order where primaries are heavily monetized. This is something he always campaigned against. Primaries are based on discussion and objectivity and issues based politics that will send and change the narrative of our politics from what we have to that of a good governance that will involve health, education, security, pulling people out of poverty. Those who are basic those are the basic issues that should be debated at every primaries. That is how it is done in the developed world, and it is what Obi continues to preach. We have a very deep respect for Al-Aji Atiku Abubakar. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline ADC ticket. Atiku Obi relationship is cordial, says Obedience.
Still on the Punch newspaper, only Jonathan's enemies want him to contest in 2027, says Oshomole. And now the details. A former governor of Edo State and senator representing Edo North, Adams Oshomole, has advised former President Goodluck Jonathan not to give in to pressure to contest the 2027 presidential election, warning that doing so could damage his political legacy. Oshomole, who spoke recently, said that only Jonathan's enemies would want him to recontest. He said, and I quote, "I have a lot of respect for him. Now, how can Jonathan be a threat? We defeated him before when PDP was truly PDP. If a man had PDP at his best, at his peak, and he was defeated, I think only his enemies will push him to go into the race. There are other issues that may not be helpful to him. I think he has managed to demonstrate that out of power you can be relevant and be at peace." According to the senator, Jonathan has remained relevant and respected since leaving office and should focus on preserving this status rather than seeking a political comeback. Jonathan, who was the candidate of PDP, lost the 2015 presidential election to former President Muhammad Buhari of the APC. Speculations about Jonathan's possible return in 2027 has grown in recent months following claims by some of his allies that he was being pressured to join the race, though he has yet to make any public declarations. For more details on that story, the Punch newspaper has it with the headline, "Only Jonathan's enemies want him to contest in 2027, says Oshomole.
Still taking stories from the Punch, where we have federal government Lagos lot GWR feat by autistic artist. Now the details. The federal government and the Lagos state government have lauded Nigerian teenager Kanyaya Chukwu Tagbo Okeke, who won the Guinness World Record for the largest painting on canvas by an individual. 15 years old autistic artist had in April produced a sprawling artwork titled "Impossibility is a Mile," covering 12,303.87 square meter, surpassing the previous record of about 9,002 meters. The achievement was recognized at a special exhibition in Lagos, which highlighted sustainability effort by the E1 boat team, whose innovation is clean energy, were equally celebrated alongside Kanye Yachuku artists, underscoring the link between creativity and environmental responsibility. According to the Sunday, according to a Sunday statement, the Minister of Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Aunat, Anatu Musawa, described the teenager as a gift to humanity and a poster child of what creativity can achieve, particularly in the area of art therapy. She said Kanye's accomplishments not only elevated Nigerians' global profile but also inspired families dealing with disability. What Kanye has done with the sort what Kanye has done with the sort of worthy Almighty has given him is really a payback to humanity by using his interest in art and pulling Nigeria on a global platform. This is huge for art and therapy. Kanye is really a postal child of the kind of acclaim that can only be achieved by just using creativity. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, in his goodwill message, said the hard work carried a message of acceptance for people with autism and called for more inclusive society. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline Federal Government Lagos louts Guinness World Record feats by autistic artist.
And now to the Nation newspaper, talking Constitution reviews. Ralph panel meet political parties today. And now to the details. The House of Representatives Committee of Constitution Review will today meet with the leadership of registered political parties in the ongoing moves to amend the 1999 Constitution. Chaired by the Deputy Speaker of the House, Benjamin Kalu, the committee has identified key areas of possible amendments to the nation's extant laws, including state police, power revolution, local government autonomy, and special seats for women, among others. The committee a few weeks ago toured the 6 geopolitical zones, collating stakeholders' input on the constitution review process, and is expected to submit a final draft to the National Assembly in December 2025 for adoption. In a statement issued recently by the House spokesperson, Akin Rotimi, the Green Chamber said the session will feature deliberations on priority areas such as special seats for women, judicial and electoral reforms, independent candidacy, local government reforms, state policing, human rights, and justice. It will also provide political parties with an opportunity to make input, share perspective, and contribute meaningfully to discussions on key national issues. Speaking ahead of the engagement, Kalu described the meeting as a strategic platform for political parties to bring their experience and institutional insight to bear. For more detail on that story, the Nation newspaper has it with the headline Reps panel meet political parties today.
Yes, taking stories from the Punch, where we have Council induct 69 nursing graduates, cautions against JAPA. Now the details. The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria has inducted 69 nursing graduates of Elizade University, Ilaramoki, Ondo State, cautioning them against joining the growing wave of JAPA, Nigerian slang for mass emigration of professionals in search of better opportunities abroad. The registrar of the council, Dr. Ondagi Al-Azan, gave the advice during the induction and oath-taking ceremony held on campus at the weekend, represented by the director in council, Dr. Olukemi Awe. Aliazan described nursing as and reminded a noble calling and reminded the new professionals that the country needed their skill and compassion now more than ever. He said, and I quote, "Your success in the council examination has qualified you for a 1 year internship program, after which you will receive your registration number, license, and certificate for the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. By this, your degree will be recognized globally, but please don't leave the country yet. Let us take let us take care of Nigeria. We will need you here. Do not japa for now. However, if you must travel, please avoid one war-torn countries like Russia, Ukraine, and Israel." The NMCN boss also urged the graduates to uphold the ethics of their profession, maintain discipline, and learn from senior colleagues in the culinary practice. He said also that do not allow what you've achieved today to be the end of your learning journey. Continue to grow, explore opportunities, and advance in nursing. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline, "Council inducts 69 nursing graduates, caution against Japa."
Still on the Nation newspaper, ACF condemns alleged sabotage of Dangote refinery, warns of economic risk. And now to the details. The Arewa Consultative Forum, a leading voice of the northern Nigeria, has condemned what it described as a thinly disguised attempt to sabotage the Dangote's petroleum refinery and petrochemical company, cautioning that such actions pose a threat to Nigerian economic stability and investors' confidence. In a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Professor Tukur Muhammad Baba, the forum expressed concerns over the persistent challenges facing the refinery since its inception, including regulatory hurdles, crude oil supply constraints, pricing disputes, and labor unrest. ACF lamented that despite the dedication of the refinery founder, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, a powerful vested interest continued to undermine the facility in a bid to retain control over Nigeria's oil sector. The forum specifically criticized the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria for allegedly defying a court order restraining it from disrupting refinery operations, while affirming workers' rights to unionize. ASCF stressed that such rights must be exercised responsibly and supported calls from Senator Adams Oshomole and Ali Ndume that the refinery should stabilize before any unionization activities commence. The ACF also warned that any attempt to cripple the refinery would send a negative message to both domestic and international investors. It urged the federal government to classify the Dangote refinery as a strategic national security asset and take measures to shield it from external and internal threats. For more details on that story, see the Nation newspaper with the headline, "ACF condemns alleged sabotage of Dangote refinery, warns of economic risk."
You're still listening to iPower 102.7 FM, and the program is in the papers. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the rest of the stories. Glad to have you back. You're still listening to iPower 102.7 FM, and the program is in the papers. For your contribution and feedback regarding the stories read so far, you can reach us on the studio line 0816 552 4699 0816 4699. And still taking stories from the Punch, where we have the Lagos State Security Commission shuts chemical factories over safety rules violation. Now the details. The Lagos State Safety Commission has sealed off several chemical factories and shops in the Ojota area of the state for violating safety and environmental regulations. The Commission noted that the operators violated the Lagos State Safety Commission law of 2011. The Director General of the Commission, Larry Mojola, said in a Sunday statement that officials had earlier inspected the factories and held several meetings with executives of the chemical dealers with an undertaking signed by them on May 9, 2025. He said, and I quote, "At the meeting, the operators agreed to implement a range of safety measures, including conducting a comprehensive safety audit of the market and organizing workshops on the hazard identification and risk evaluation. They also agreed to provide service and accessible fire extinguishers in all shops, maintain an up-to-date inventory of chemical, including expiry date, and ensure full compliance with personal protective equipment use. Despite the expiration of the ultimatum, the chemical dealers failed to act on the agreement reached with the Commission," Modular added. This left the Commission with no other option but to seal the facilities in order to safeguard lives and properties. The Commission has, in recent times, intensified surveillance to curb unsafe practices in the factories, market, and other high-risk facilities. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper with the headline, "Lagos State Safety Commission has shut chemical factories over safety rule violation."
And now to the Daily Post newspaper. Anti-graft agencies begin investigation into alleged diversion of 4 billion naira from dry port under Ganduje. And now the details. The Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission has opened an investigation into the alleged diversion of more than 4 billion naira of state funds to the Dala Inland Dry Port project during the administration of former Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. According to recent reports, the money was used for a contract to provide infrastructure for the port shortly after the state 20% equity in the company was allegedly transferred to Ganduje's family in 2020. The move reportedly removed Kano State as co-owner of the project and made Ganduje's children directors and shareholders in the company. Sources said that the contract was awarded even though the state no longer held ownership in the project at the time. Speaking to journalists over the weekend, PCACC chairman Saidu Yahaya said the investigation had reached an advanced stage and was almost concluded. He added that the commission had established a prima facie case and that the matter would soon be taken to court once the investigation is complete. For more details on that story, see the Daily Post newspaper with the headline, "Anti-Graft Agency Begins Investigation into Alleged Diversion of 4 billion naira by Dry Port under Ganduje."
Away from the Punch and straight to Daily Trust, where I have FRSC apprehends 250 vehicles in 2 days for overloading. Now the details. The Federal Road Safety Corps (FCT) Command says it has apprehended more than 250 commercial vehicles in just 2 days for overloading as it begins full enforcement of safety regulations in the territory. The FCT Sector Commander, Corps Commander Felix Tema, disclosed this in a statement signed by the command's public education officer, Mrs. Ellen Ntaji, on Saturday in Abuja. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the enforcement, which started on October 2, specifically targeted the practice of carrying two passengers in the front seat of taxis. Telma said that the two-day figure demonstrated a scale of violation in the FCT in spite of months of sustained engagement and education to transport union. He stated that his top priority since assuming office had been restoring passengers' dignity and safety, noting that enforcement was the most civil way to ensure compliance. According to him, overloading makes use overloading makes the use of seatbelts impossible, weaken vehicle suspension and tires, and limits driver control in emergency. Thelma added that the command's operation was being carried out in collaboration with the mobile magistrate court to ensure immediate persecution of offenders. For details of that story, see Daily Trust's newspaper with the headline FRSC apprehends 250 vehicles in 2 days for overloading.
On the Daily Post newspaper, NUJ hails DSS over release of two JFM journalists in Play 2, announced to the details. The Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ) has commended the Department of State Services (DSS) for ordering the release of two detained journalists, Ruth Marcus and Keisha Jang, of J101.9 FM, Jos Plateau State. It is to be recalled that the journalists were arrested after posting a video on social media showing a confrontation between a cleric and security operatives during the funeral of the late mother of the All Progressive Congress APC National Chairman, Professor Netanwe Yiwada Goshwe. In a statement issued in Abuja, NUJ National President Al-Hassan Yahya Abdullahi confirmed that the journalists were freed following the intervention of the SS Director General, Mr. Oluwatosin Ajayi. Abdullahi said the union noted that DG directive to operatives to conduct thorough investigation before making arrest and his assurance of respect for citizens' rights in the discharge of duties. He urged the DSS to sustain the gesture by ensuring that journalists are allowed to operate freely without intimidation, adding that press freedom remains vital to democracy. The NUJ president also called on security agencies to establish accountability systems that will sanction erring officers and prevent future violation of journalists' rights. For more details on that story, check the Daily Post newspaper with the headline NUJ hails DSS over release of two JFM journalists in Play 2.
And of course, to Daily Post newspaper, where I have out of school children threat to Nigerians' future, says Peter Obi. The details. The 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has warned that Nigerians' future stability is at risk if urgent steps are not taken to address the country's education crisis. In a post made on his verified X handle on Sunday, Obi said that with over 24 million children currently out of school, Nigerians hold 24 million reasons to fear what lies ahead unless concrete actions are taken. He emphasized that no nation desirous of meaningful growth can afford to neglect the education of its young people. The former Anambra State Governor stated that no nation grows beyond the quality of its human capital, stressing that education is the foundation of building the capital. Obi maintained that with the rapid rise in artificial intelligence (AI) transforming work and innovation globally, education has become indispensable. He said, it is no longer optional. It is essential for daily life. We must equip our young people with the knowledge and skill to compete globally, not just to survive but to lead. For details of that story, see Daily Post newspaper with the headline Out of School Children Threat to Nigerians' Future, says Peter Obi.
Yes, you're still on to In the Papers, coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM. We will take a break now. When we get back, we will give you a recap of the stories that was read out to you earlier. Don't go anywhere. Glad to have you back. You're still on to In the Papers, as I said earlier. You can follow us on our social media and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at iPower1027 FM and on X at iPower1027. For comments and contributions, you can also call us on 0816 552 4699. The numbers again, 0816 552 4699. I begin the recap with my story on the Earth News, my headline on the Earth newspaper. Beware of substandard products, Ondo government wants consumers.
We equally read to you from the Hope newspaper that anxiety grips school owners over government reforms measures.
We told you on the Earth newspaper that AQT and 22 other states are to benefit from the €175 million climate adaptation project.
Also from the Hope newspaper, we read to you that Oyebanji extends Ekiti teachers' retirement age to 65, present 46 million naira check to outstanding ones.
Talking Teachers' Day, we told you that Remi Tinubu has urged action on teachers' shortage.
Of course, still talking Teachers' Day, union pushes for better welfare retirement packages. And that was from the Punch newspaper.
We told you on the Punch newspaper that Kalu has vowed to take over Abia by the APC.
Of course, from the Punch newspaper, we read to you that government engages 500 farmers on food security.
So on the Punch newspaper, we told you that the Apex Court has nullified Makinde's ban on NURTW in Oyo.
Still talking Punch, where we read to you that Atiku Obi's relationship is cordial, says Obedient.
We told you on the Punch newspaper that Oshomole has said that only Jonathan enemies want him to contest in 2027.
Still talking from the Punch, where we read to you that federal government's Lagos lots Guinness World Record feat by autistic artists.
On the Punch newspaper, we told you that rep panels are meeting today, political parties today.
And of course, still talking from the Punch, where we read to you that council